So after 1 week day trading stock options as a complete beginner, I was able to make a profit of... I have never day traded in my entire life. I see the Lambos, I see the diamonds, and I also see the degenerates on Wall Street Bets lose their entire house doing this. But today, I'm gonna be putting this whole day trading thing to the test and seeing how much money I can make in 1 week day trading stock options as a complete beginner. Is this the worst idea I've ever had? Potentially. It probably doesn't help that I don't even know what stock options are. I just see the 500% gains and that's enough for me. But it is Monday today. I'm in Australia, which means the stock market opens at midnight tonight, which means I have roughly 8 hours to figure out what stock options are, how to trade them, and send $2,500 into a day trading account. Now you're probably thinking, you are stupid and your haircut sucks. Well, that's what my girlfriend says, but no, I'm not actually stupid enough to trade thousands of dollars worth of something that I have no idea about, because I'm actually in a few discords with people who make call outs about when to buy and sell these certain stock options. So basically this week, I'm gonna be following these call outs from the people who actually know what they're talking about, because if I tried to do this all by myself, I'm better off taking that $2,000, giving it to my little cousin and watching him spend it all on Fortnite. Dude, get off of me! And you guys know I like to keep it interesting, so if by the end of the week I haven't made any profit, I'm gonna give away $100 to one of you watching this video. From what I've seen, trading stock options is just like trading stocks, except much riskier. When the price of a stock moves a little bit, the price of that option moves a lot, meaning that you can either lose a lot of money or make a lot of money if the price of the stock moves in the direction you think it will. For example, if I think the price of Tesla is going to go up today, I can buy a call option for Tesla, and if the price indeed does go up, then the call option I purchased is going to be worth a lot more. Real day traders are probably crying right now listening to me explain this, but I'm a dropshipping guy. This isn't my thing. Cut me some slack. And now, with only a few hours left until market open, I have to do the part of these challenges which I hate the very most, and that is send money into the trading account. Can I please borrow $2,500?
Only if you sit and watch The Notebook with me.
The market opens in 3 hours. I don't have time to watch The Notebook. Okay, so now I've secured a cool 2,500 USD. I'm gonna go ahead and send that into my trading account and check back in with you guys once that has landed. The stock market opens in 10 minutes, and luckily enough, I've been able to fund my account with just under 2,500 US dollars. So now we play the waiting game, wait for any call outs or signals from the people who actually know what they're talking about, and I'll check back in with you guys if I make a trade. Now please ignore the fact that I sound like I'm doing an ASMR video in those clips. I was trying to be quiet for the other people sleeping in my house. I know, I'm a considerate guy. But it was at this point in the video that I realized I had seriously f***ed up. We just turned back our clocks in Australia, meaning that instead of the market opening at 12 AM, it actually opens 1 hour earlier at 11 PM. So the clock hits 12 and I'm looking at my phone thinking, what has happened? It's looking like Tesla has already pumped. And yes, the market had already been open for an hour. So basically, me not checking my phone for that hour meant I missed a banger of a play, which literally would have made me over $2,000. A few minutes after market opens, Keanu Trades, the Discord admin, signaled a Tesla call, and at Tesla's peak price, the value of that call was over 200%, meaning my $1,000 investment would have been worth over $3,000, and I missed it. Well, at least I didn't lose any money. It obviously could be worse, but damn, if someone came in here and started taking the L on me, I wouldn't be surprised. I probably deserve it after that. Anyway, tomorrow is a new day. I am definitely not making that mistake again, so let's see what happens tomorrow. Alright guys, it's currently 10:45 PM on Tuesday. I've actually rocked up on time for this shift, so I'm gonna go ahead and pull up the charts on my computer, jump into the Discord on the phone, and wait for a play. The Discord I'm in, Nets Trades, do a live trading call before market open every morning to try and maximize the day, so that's what I'm listening to right now, figuring out which traders are planning which trades for the morning. Well, nighttime for me. And by the way, Discord is the home of terrible financial advice, and options trading is so risky, so always do your own research before investing, but in this video, I'm not going to. So we are starting day 2 with around $2,515, and when the clock struck 11, I got in the zone. I was listening to the live trading call in Nets Trades and looking for a signal from an admin. Here, an admin signaled a quick Tesla call, thinking that the price of Tesla would increase, so I searched for an option and went to place an order, but I hadn't set up the account properly, so the order didn't actually go through. And I was very lucky that happened, because for some reason, the price of Tesla randomly had a drop, and I would have lost a lot if the order went through. A little while later, Keanu Trades signaled another Tesla call, and this time I successfully bought in for a total of $1,322. I was super nervous with so much money on the line, but the price of Tesla had a little pop, and straight away I wanted to secure some profit. So I placed a sell order, and that filled for $1,355. Immediately after I sold, it was worth over $1,400, meaning I would have made another $100 if I just held for one more minute, but then it went back down to $11 per contract, so I was happy that I sold. Then 30 minutes later, it actually went all the way down to $7 per contract. When buying options, you pay 100 times the price on screen. So when the price of the contract on my screen is $14 like you see here, it's actually costing me $1,400 to buy that. And when the price says $7, it's actually costing me $700, and so on. So if I bought the Tesla contract worth $13 and sold it half an hour later when it was worth $7, I would have taken a $600 loss, because there's a $6 price difference between 13 and 7, and 6 times 100 is 600. Hopefully that makes sense. I'm bad at explaining things. I'm bad at a lot of things. But the admin signaled a really nice play here with a quick entry and a quick exit, and after the trading fees, I was left with about $26 of profit. And after this, I made one more trade for the day, and this one went pretty crazy. Alright, so at 2 AM, after sitting there for 3 hours making only one singular trade for that $26 profit, Keanu Trades signaled another Tesla call, and I went for it. It was priced at $22.70, meaning it cost me $2,270 to buy it, which is, yes, almost my entire account. But please, for the love of Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson, do not do this. This is the #1 way to blow your entire account. But anyway, I bought it, so at 2:10 AM I had started that trade, and within 2 minutes I was already down $200. My $26 in profit from that earlier trade got swallowed whole. But while I'm filling out my McDonald's application form, something crazy happens and the price of Tesla reverses a little bit. Within a matter of minutes, I went from being down $200 to being down $120 to being down $50, and then miraculously up $92. My heart was absolutely racing, and before I knew it, I'd closed that trade for a grand profit of, wait for it, 277 clams. At this point, it's 2:40 AM and I am literally about to pass out, but damn, the account's at $2,800. And if we can keep this up, Jeff Bezos seriously better watch out, because I'm coming for that top spot. As per usual, I clocked in at 11 PM, checked the Discord, same old, same old. I think the group was expecting a fair bit of movement today in the markets, but a lot of them were playing it safe and pretty much holding off trading. Holding off trading. Something that a beginner like myself, especially after yesterday's success, might struggle with. Foreshadowing. Anyway, I sit there for a couple hours, and by 10 to 1, I'm pretty much about to fall asleep. I haven't made a trade, and before I know it, I hear a ping on my phone, and I know exactly what it is. It's a trading signal. But I'm not sitting at my desk, I'm lying in bed, I'm tired, I'm a beginner, I really should not take this signal. I took the signal. At I don't even know what time, I took this signal, which was a call for the S&P 500. These calls were $3.18, and knowing me, I bought 4 of them for a total of like $1,300. Immediately, I was down like 80 bucks, and from there, the market just did not move in the way we thought it would. So I ended up closing the trade, and I took a loss of $300. The look on my face here in this clip just says it all. So now the account's back to exactly where it started at $2,500. And again, yesterday's gains got completely swallowed whole. But tonight, I want to rebound. We've got 2 days left of this challenge, and I think we can rebound. I think we can do it. So let's see what happens. So obviously main goal for today's trading session is to just make some profit. Yesterday's $300 loss back to break even was painful to the heart. So let's hope that today has some better things to offer. The day started slow, but after about 40 minutes, I got a trading signal for, once again, a Tesla call. I don't exactly have the best relationship with Tesla calls at the moment, but maybe one day I'll get to sit down with the GOAT, Elon himself, and he can give me some advice, because at the moment, what I'm doing just ain't working. Anyway, I bought this call for about $1,460, and immediately I was up like 130 bucks. I was stoked, and I really wanted to sell it and secure those gains, but a little piece of me thought it could keep riding further and could make more and more and more, so I held the contract. In doing this, I watched it go from up 130 to negative $60, and even through this, I kept holding because obviously I'm a beginner trader and I'm currently just making every possible mistake known to man. Anyway, so I'm holding onto this call and I'm looking at the chart and this happens. And yeah, I even went as far as buying another call for $850 because a few of the traders in the group seemed to think that this rundown from Tesla was going to reverse, and it was indeed going to pump. So at this point, I had 2 Tesla calls for a total of like $2,200 invested, basically my whole account. But no, just like the day before, the market did not move in the way we thought it would. And before I knew it, my first call was down $200. And the second one just followed that. So I ended up closing both positions for a grand total of negative $500 for the day. By far my worst day ever. So currently the account's at like $1,900, and it's pretty safe to say that I am in Spain without the S. Now I know the chances of me getting the account back to $2,500 tomorrow are so slim, but what I do want is for tomorrow to just be a green trading day. No matter what happens, I just want to walk away tomorrow with some profit. I feel like I'm most definitely going to be giving one of you $100, but let's see what happens. So again, once the clock hit 11, I got in the zone. This is literally the final day of the challenge and we have to make it count. Now the markets weren't too crazy today, but can I please say that after I did this challenge, because I'm filming this part the next day, I posted my challenge results in the Nets Trades Discord, and I got so many messages from people saying that this is one of the worst trading weeks that they've ever experienced, and usually the trading signals that get sent out are way more consistent and way more profitable. So I thought to myself, why not put this to the test, and instead of doing a trading challenge for 1 week, doing one for an entire month. So if that's something you want to see, please go ahead and caress the like button down below, because when I do challenges like this and end up taking a loss, they can get extremely expensive. But let's get into what happened on the final day of this challenge, Friday. So I got the first signal at about 11:45 PM, which was a SPY call, which means we're predicting that the overall stock market is going to go up. These calls were $1.03 each, and I bought 5 of them for a total of $520. However, like clockwork, just like every other time, as soon as I pressed buy on those calls, the market dipped and I was instantly down like $130. And it seemed like today just wasn't my day again. However, as the minutes passed by, the market started to recover from that little dip it had, and just like that, I went from being down $130 to being nearly break even, and then I ended up selling for a profit. Now I just wanted to mention that if you want to try out options trading for yourself and see if you can make some money, listen up, because the trading platform I used in this video, Tiger Brokers, have offered me the craziest deal to give to you guys. Basically what happened was after filming this video for a few days and using the platform, I was thinking to myself, damn, this platform's actually really good and really easy to use as a beginner. So I sent the team an email asking if they wanted to collaborate on this video. So they gave me 2 sign-up deals for you guys watching, one for people who live in Australia and one for people who live in the USA. So if you're in Australia like me and sign up to Tiger Brokers with my link in the description, after you make a deposit of any amount and make any trade, they will literally give you $50 to buy any stocks. And once you get the $50 in stock vouchers, you can just use that to buy stocks, sell them again, and then you've got money to trade options or just withdraw it into your bank account if you want to. And if you live in the USA, after you make a deposit of at least $1,000, you get to spin their free stock wheel and win a free stock worth at least $50. But it could be worth hundreds of dollars or even be a free share in Tesla worth like $900. So it's definitely worth doing. So sign up with my link below, make a deposit, make a trade, get some free money, and see if you can turn that into some actual profit, unlike me in this video. But enough of all that, back to the challenge. So after I sold those sparkles for a profit, that ended up being the only good play for the day, so that was my only trade. But the moment you've all been waiting for, how much profit did I make today? Drumroll please. $44. So if we look at the whole account for the entire week, I ended up losing about $450. The funny thing is though, almost every trade I made this week, I ended up selling at the bottom, meaning I sold for the literal lowest amount I possibly could have. Like that last trade for example, I bought those 5 calls for $1.03 each, and I ended up selling them for about $1.11 each. And guess where the price went after that? And you can see right now, it is worth $2.32, meaning the $500 I invested would now be worth about $1,250. So instead of selling for a $44 gain, if I sold right now, I would have made a quick $750. And while I'm filming this, it has still gone up another 15%. So yeah, if I just held, I literally would have got the entire account into profit from that one last trade, but my last goal was to just be profitable on Friday, and we did achieve that, so I can't really complain. But overall, we did make a loss, and I am of course a man of my word, so I will be sending one of you $100. So just leave a comment on this video, take a screenshot of your comment, and DM that screenshot to me on Instagram at @EconBaxter, and I'll be scrolling through those DMs, and I'll pick a winner there and send you the money. But for now, that's all from me, so I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.